I heard crying behind a locked door at my brother's school. They said it was already handled. I'm volunteering as a lunch buddy at my little brother's school when I realize he's not in the cafeteria, which is weird because he always comes over to say hi to me, flapping his hands and humming his happy song. When I ask where he is, his teacher says, "Oh, he's having quiet time. He'll be along soon." But something in her voice makes me uneasy, so I go looking for him. That's when I hear crying coming from the supply closet down the hall. And when I open the door, I find my 8-year-old non-verbal autistic brother curled in the corner, soaked in his own urine, rocking back and forth with his fingers pressed into his ears. The smell hits me first. Cleaning chemicals mixed with piss. And then I see the scratch marks on the inside of the door, dried blood under his fingernails from clawing at the wood, his iPad that helps him communicate sitting on the top shelf completely out of reach, where she must have thrown it. When he sees me, he doesn't run to me like he always does. He crawls across the floor, making this high-pitched keening sound I've never heard from him before. That's when I see it's not just his pants that are wet. There's a puddle underneath him like he's been there for hours. He keeps signing help over and over with his hands, the only sign language word I taught him for emergencies. When I try to hug him to comfort him, my baby brother, who has never been afraid of me, flinches, like I'm going to hit him. Then I notice his arm is covered in teeth marks, and I realize he must have been biting himself. It takes me 20 minutes to calm him down enough to leave that closet, and when his teacher walks by, she actually rolls her eyes and says, "He's being dramatic. He was only in there for an hour today." I look at her and ask what she means by today. She takes me to her classroom and shows me my brother's behavior chart, where she's been marking quiet reflection time in red since September. It's February now, 5 months of this, sometimes twice a day according to her chart, and she tells me straight to my face that my brother is lucky she doesn't just send him home every time he acts like a wild animal. I'm so furious I want to lunge at her, but I stop myself and come up with a plan to expose her instead. The next day, I put a voice recorder in my brother's sensory vest pocket, and what I capture should land her in jail immediately. Her voice saying, "Nobody will ever believe you because you can't even talk," and "Your mom probably wishes she had a normal kid instead of you." Plus 47 minutes of him crying while she tells passing teachers he's just having another tantrum, ignore it. But wait, it gets worse. When I storm into the principal's office and play her the recording, she immediately gets defensive and says, "How dare you? Your brother's teacher is an exemplary example of a fine educator. These recordings must be taken out of context." And when I demand she take action, she snaps, "She's up for Teacher of the Year next month, and I won't let some misunderstanding ruin that." That's when the secretary accidentally slips up and says, "Your sister-in-law deserves the award more than anyone else." And suddenly it all makes sense. The principal grabs her purse and offers me a $5,000 donation to my brother's therapy fund if I delete the recordings and sign an NDA. As I watch her writing that check, I realize she must have done this before. Nobody's carried checks since the 90s. When I refuse the money, she threatens that fighting this will make things very difficult for your brother's education, essentially admitting she'll retaliate against my disabled brother if I don't take her bribe. That's when I realize they're all in on it, protecting each other while kids suffer. So I decided to choose violence. I walk straight out of that meeting and call Child Protective Services, the state education board, and a disability rights lawyer, all from the parking lot. Within 3 hours, an investigator is at the school interviewing staff, and the teacher is escorted out by security while parents are lined up for emergency pickup. But here's the thing that really gets her. They find her reflection log documenting every time she locks kids in there, complete with duration, some entries showing 2 hours. The district tries to do damage control by suspending her without pay, but the disability rights lawyer files a federal lawsuit that afternoon, citing the documented pattern of abuse. By the next morning, she's arrested for child endangerment, her teaching license is under review, and the principal is announcing her early retirement. My brother's in a new school now.